So in this video, I will discuss a collector method called as toCollection, and I think it is a really awesome method. The reason behind that is it accepts a collection factory, and you can provide any collection type: set, priority queue, linked has set, anything, and it will just use the methods of collection interface for adding the values. So collection add will be used to add the value as an accumulator. Combiner function will be r1.add all r2 return r1, and this collector is identity finish, and that is all. The beauty of this method is any form of collection implementation can come over here. So think of this method as a generic version of toList and toSet, but toCollection can accept list, can accept set, can accept any form of interface that is implemented from collection interface. So let us take a look at the first method, collecting data into linked has set. So in order to do that, you just have to use collectors.toCollection and provide a supplier linked has set : new, and you get all the data that is accumulated into linked has set. Second method is getting the data into tree set. So same thing, you just have to change the supplier from linked has set to tree set : new. Now remember, tree set accepts the method that are comparable, which means that any object that comes into tree set class must be comparable, which means it would have implemented comparable interface. If not, it will result in runtime error. So here's the result, and this returns stream of long, and long class is comparable. See, comparable of long. If it is not comparable, then it will throw a runtime exception. Let me show you about that. We are trying to collect this data of transaction object, and transaction object is not comparable. It doesn't implement comparable interface. So if you run this, it will give a runtime exception that the object transaction does not implement comparable interface. Class cast exception, class transaction cannot be cast to comparable. Here it is, comparator is null. It tries to cast the object into comparable, and it doesn't work as transaction object does not implement a comparable interface. Now moving on to the third method, toCollection tree set reverse order. So by default over here, when we are doing tree set : new, this uses a natural order. If you want a reverse order of that natural order, you can just write supplier like this: braces, arrow, new tree set of type long. You can remove this also, that's completely fine. Collector comparator dot reverse order. Reverse order is a static method in a comparator which returns a reverse order comparator, which is just a convenience method to collections dot reverse order, and the result will be in the reverse order. Now let us look at collecting data into priority queue. So same thing, you just have to provide priority queue as a supplier, priority queue : new, and by default this will be mean heap priority queue, and the basis of comparison will be a comparable interface. So any object that comes into priority queue must have implemented a comparable interface, or if you want to provide your own form of comparison, you can use priority queues constructor that accepts comparator. Let's take a look at method priority queue reverse order. So over here we are providing priority queue comparator dot reverse order, and this is priority queue's constructor that accepts comparator. Last method, toCollection array list with capacity. So array list provides class with initial capacity as an argument. You can use that as collectors.toCollection new array list of capacity. That is all on method toCollection. And I think it is a really beautiful method, because if anyone has implemented collection interface, they can just go ahead and provide their own implementation. So third party implementation of collection interface will also work under toCollection method. Thank you.